gas miners and just pick them off one by one. So he has severely disrupted the gas income of Steel with that harassment, and now he's continuing to harass Steel's overlords. Oh my god, I feel like in ZvZ, whoever gets those mutas first is going to be in such dominant map control. It's just going to be a bad move for the other player. The other player has to do something quickly. And now that those mutas are in from Cam, Steel is going to have a very, very tough time expanding to his natural or anywhere else on the map. Basically, Cam has full map control at this point, can do all sorts of harassment. Steel does have these couple of spore crawlers in this base, but they're not going to help much. They're just static defense, and they take such a long time to bury their roots or root down into the creep that they're just not good when you unroot them and try to move them around. If Cam does decide to come in and attack this gas again, which is unprotected at this time, Cam can just take it out. But looks like Steel is going the Hydralisk route through down the Hydra Den. Going to be a lot harder for Cam to harass, but he does manage to bring down Steel's queen, and Steel is just not in good shape at this point. Actually, Cam continues to pressure Steel, and he has way enough Mutalisk to take down all of those Hydras as long as they're out of reach of the Spore Crawler, which is messing up Cam's victory at this time. So Cam decides to expand wisely. He did that a while ago, so his hatch is up in his natural and he's mining. Saturation is kind of poor, could be better, but he is supply locked currently. What is the production? Cam is going heavy mutas. He has got 15 mutas out on the field right now, and he's breaking down these destructible rocks. He's going to free up some space for the lings to flow in here. However, lings are going to have a hard time doing anything now that the support of the Hydras, they're just going to be worthless. So Cam is going to have to do something. Maybe he's planning some kind of two-prong attack. Maybe he's planning to attack with mutas over on this side, get the attention of these hydras and the roaches, and then maybe he's thinking his lings would just flow in through here. I don't know. Maybe he's trying to mutiling full front assault. Not sure what he's doing at this time. Let's look at the production tab again. So Steel is continuing to produce Hydralisks, which is a good move on his part. However, he should really be trying to spread creep at this time and move his creep down here and creep his spore crawlers to somehow force this expansion. He really needs this expansion badly right now because he can't sneak anything with all these Mutalisks in the air. What is going on the production tab? Cam is going Banelings. Probably wants to deal with all these Hydras. However, it's going to be tough to get to get to these Hydras with this Roach front. So Steel decides to push in. I think this is his last ditch effort to win this game. He's got a pretty sizable force here, and Roach is doing incredibly well with the support of the Hydras. Actually, I should say the Hydras do really well with the support of these roaches, and he's going to break down these destructible rocks real quick. And Cam is in a little bit of trouble right now because he doesn't have enough mutas to really just destroy these hydras. These hydras are really strong, and they have 0-2 upgrades. And now this is still anybody's game at this time. Steel is coming in hard, and Cam is trying to defend. He's throwing down some lings, and he's finally getting those banelings. I'm thinking he's going to come from behind and try to blow up all these hydras, and then the mutas will just finish the job. What's in the production? More mutalisks in the production. So it looks like Steel is just going for it. He is destroying a lot of Cam's buildings, a lot of his tech. Spawning pool is down, Spire is down, no more mutalisks can be produced at this time. Wow, Steel actually had burrow research. Very good move, but it doesn't really matter at this point. Cam was able to get that critical mass of Mutalisks prepared, and he really should counterattack. And look at Steel. He used that time while he was attacking like a really good player to expand. However, he wasn't expecting that his push would leave anything behind alive. And Cam did a really good job with those binglings in the back of the Hydras and just having an enormous amount of Mutalisks. And Steel is just gonna have to call it a GG at this time. He's got this little force here of Hydras and Roaches, and GG is just imminent at this time. I think if it wasn't a tournament, this would be a GG already. But I feel it for Steel here. He did really well. It's just anytime you're in a ZvZ and you find yourself in this kind of situation where the other player just gets mutas first and he has enough of them to keep on the pressure and keep harassing you, it's tough to expand. And as the Zerg, especially in ZvZ, you have to expand. Otherwise, you're just going to be overrun by the swarm of the opposite player. And GG is coming in. There you go. There's the GG. So I don't know what else I can say. I think I've covered pretty much everything. Finally, a good saturation here for Cam on his natural. His main is almost mined out. Where did he throw down his second spire? Not sure, because he never ended up producing Mutalisks. Those Mutalisks that came out right before Steel came in through here and destroyed his tech, Cam's tech, were the last Mutalisks produced. And Cam was able to save his Mutalisks and not throw them to those Hydras, and instead assaulted this nice strike force of Steel with Banelings and Zerglings, and he was able to clean up the mess, clean up the Roaches with his Mutas. Very good play. Really enjoyed this game. I hope to see some more nice footage from Cam. He will be sending me some, as he did win this best of 3 series. He lost the first game, and I decided not to cast it, not because Cam's my friend and I don't want to cast his loser game. He was really off in that game, and it was just not a good game, not interesting to watch. I decided to skip that one, but I hope you enjoyed this one, and stay tuned for more of my casts. Okay, bye bye.